T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm going to be reviewing Transformers Generations, Power of the Primes, Leader Class, Evolution, Optimus Prime. I wondered, do they think about all that when you think about all the stuff you have to say? Here's the back product shots. The bio says, when the humble Orion Pax becomes the bearer of the matrix of leadership, he evolves to become the noble leader Optimus Prime. You may have heard that already. Nice box, sturdy. Comes with this collector's card right here with Optimus on it, same image that's on this box. This card, he's actually teamed up with Alpha Trion. Speaks with insight directly from Primus. Here is Optimus himself, and I have a lot to cover, so I'm gonna try to do it as quick as possible. But as you can see, he looks good. Straight out of packaging, first impressions, I was very impressed because he actually has some weight to him. He doesn't feel like a cheap hollow mess like a lot of figures I've been buying from Hasbro recently. He actually feels like he's actually worth the price point. It's probably because his body is about the weight of a regular leader class from recent times, and then he has a whole nother like Voyager class figure stuffed in the back, so he's hefty. The joints are all tight, which is good, and I am completely satisfied with my purchase. But let's talk about other things. Like, he has a lot of paint. Like, all of this is painted, all of that's painted, the shoulders are painted, the forearms are painted. He has all these stickers right here. Well, these stickers aren't bad. Some people got bad ones. This is painted. These are stickers, I believe. You'll see more stickers when I start taking them apart and transforming them to his other modes and whatnot. These are stickers. Now, unfortunately, this paint is scuffed in certain areas. I think that's my fault. Things I would have liked better with him, if I have any complaints with him. I wish he could look up. He can look down, but he can't really look up unless you break the transformation and do that. But now you have this little disc. I wish it had wrist swivel, which it doesn't. And the back of the fist, he is hollow. I wish they had a waist rotation. It seemed like they purposely put this so low that they could have an excuse not to have a waist rotation. When they were developing this, they knew what they could have did. They could have made them a little bit longer so to accommodate a waist, but they didn't. What else? This hollowness right there, I wish that was filled up. But for the most part, as far as his fully Optimus Prime mode, he is filled out. Besides the back of the feet, which are flat due to the transformation, which give you this look right here, which I thought was gonna bother me, but once I got him out of packaging and started posing him and saw that he actually does have some good posability down there, it didn't bother me so much. But I do wish it had wrist swivel and the waist rotation. If it had that, I wouldn't have anything to complain about as far as articulation, because he does do some things better than even MP10. Like, he can make his arms go out to there. He can actually make it go all the way up if you move this smokestack and lift this up. The elbow bends more than 90 degrees. MP10 can't do that. The hips go out that far, kick this far forward, go that far back. Now, this is the same thing MP10 did, where you can't kick the leg all the way up. I do not like that. But he can bend more than 90 degrees. MP10 can't do that. The ankle pivot is stronger than MP10. You can do this and go up. You can go back like that, which is good. And he does have a stand port in his butt if you do have a strong enough stand. I didn't mention his bicep swivel, and if you cheat, you can get him to have this type of butterfly joint, which I do use in order to get him into poses where he's holding the gun like this, like he did in the movie. And I do think that's cool. unfortunate things, I don't like the big legs hanging out the back, but what Transformer doesn't have a backpack sometimes? He has a backpack now. His gun, I do like that they made it look nice and retro like the original G1 gun. It's very difficult to get it into his hand. As you can see, it was difficult to get it out, which is a good thing but a bad thing at the same time. It is kinda hollowed, but it doesn't feel completely like air. This separates, and he can have two little guns, but I don't like doing that for him. But I definitely do like the length of this gun. It's like bigger than MP10. That's another improvement. Let's see. Let's let you see his face, if we can. The face sculpt is very, very friggin' nice. He does have a little bit of pivot right there, but that is very nicely painted. And I believe someone said it, and I can kind of see it, it does have like a subtle black outline around the eyes that makes it pop a little bit more. The chest can open. And then it can open again. You have to open this side first, revealing his Autobot matrix of leadership right there. It's kind of difficult to get out. You have to definitely grab right there. Now you have that empty cavity right there. But here it is. That's the matrix of leadership. This is just the holding thing. You can pop this out. And if you didn't know already, you can put a Prime Master in here to replace the matrix of leadership and give him new powers. Just slide the Prime Master through here, and there you go. And of course you can shove this into his body. So here he is with a Prime Master in there, and it's like a little groove to get that little handle right there. Since they're designed the same way, you can even put Titan Masters in there and get weird. See what I'm saying? It's like a Krang type situation. He actually has three faces now. He has that one, this one, and Orion Pax right there because I didn't turn the head around. Turn the head around so you don't see it. And because of the way it's shaped, this little matrix can fit inside Titan Master's neck ports. I can't get this around because the little handles stop it. As you can see here, with Power of the Prime and Titan's Return, they stopped giving us like stylized versions of G1 characters and started trying to get way G1. They tried to make them look as much like G1 Optimus Prime as possible, and this is their current masterpiece version of Optimus, so he looks a ton like Masterpiece Optimus Prime here. The head sculpt is almost completely identical. One thing they didn't do is they didn't paint the hands blue for whatever reason, and well, to be cheap, I bet you. And it kind of also looks like this guy right here, because he forms with the trailer. It's like a combination of both as far as the gray paneling and whatnot, and panels hanging off and stuff hanging out on the back. So because of the way this thing combines with Orion Pax, you have no choice but to have a look like that. And this guy, side note, I regret paying for this. Like, he was $100, and leader class when this came out was $45. It still is $45 at most places, but this wasn't worth the $100. Here he is next to a Legends class, a Deluxe, and a 6-inch Marvel Legends. Now to de-evolve him, or uncombine him, you need to pull down on this and then basically just slide him out. Now we could just take this gun out of this hand because we're going to need that, and put all this to the side. Here's what you're working with. You just slide them in there. This head goes into a groove and everything else sits in place. What you need to do now is pull this down, rotate the legs around, pull the toes out. Come on, toes. Bring the arms down like this. Open this up, rotate this head, and pull this head out, shut that, rotate the head around, and now open this up. Now one of these hands, it's that hand. It wants to pop off the mushroom peg, which honestly I wish they didn't use a mushroom peg system, but this right here is a cool figure right here. It's covered in paint too, just like the big version. I like the engineering right here in the hips, where we have this cover with this in here right here on a ball joint. Swivel, knee bends 90 degrees, toe does this, arms go out to the side that much, swivel right there, double jointed elbows, the wrists don't swivel, I wish they did. The head can look up on the ball joint, down on the ball joint. Not so much head pivot, but it does rotate. The shoulders, you can do that same articulation as the big guy because of that. The only thing I don't like about this, with him being Orion Pax, I wish he was able to transform into his Cybertronian vehicle, but he cannot. He has this on the back. So even though I think this line is about to end, I wonder if they are going to actually retool all of this to be Genrai or Power Master Optimus Prime and not look like this at all from the front. All they will have to do is just replace this, remold maybe this, and repaint that, give him different arms, and he would look like Genrai. And that would be cool to me, and then he would just be totally Power Master Optimus Prime. Maybe retool something on the main body to give him more guns and whatnot. But this right here is cool. We can separate the guns right here. Give him 2 guns, and it's still difficult. So maybe this peg is just slightly above 5 millimeters like they normally are. When he's holding them, this gun he can bend a little bit more than 90 degrees. Not so he can still do it, but not as much. Oh yeah, he does have bicep swivel, if I didn't mention that. So it is crazy poseable. I like the way he looks. It's fun to have a figure that actually looks like Orion Pax, unlike that thing that I wasted money on and then sold. That it's pretty much, I think it was an Amazon exclusive Evolution of Optimus 2-pack that had an Orion Pax and an Optimus Prime, and that thing did not look like Orion Pax. This is what Orion Pax looks like. Speaking of what he looks like, let's zoom in on that face. And that face is just totally cartoon accurate. And this is using transparent parts with an Autobot sticker that looks like it's wearing out on me already. Ugh. But you can see more paint right there, and you'll see more of that in robot mode. So there you go. Things I don't like about him is this hollowness, definitely right there. That is atrocious. Like, you would never see anything like this in the early 2000s, or maybe even 7 years ago. So I don't like that. But only thing this guy could use is a waist joint, and he would have been friggin' perfect. Maybe ankle pivot. Comparisons. He's still taller than Spidey here, right here. Now, whereas I like definitely the combined mode, the full-on Optimus, and this dude is cool, besides the fact that I wish that he was just straight up Optimus to an extent. Like, it is cool to have Orion Pax, but I kind of wish he was just straight up Optimus since he has this right here. But let's get to the worst modes. Rotate the hands back again. Go ahead and flip the toes. Rotate the legs like this. And just bring them up like this for now, because we need to rotate that up. Bring this down. Peg the shins together right there. Shove that down as far as you can. To get this out of the way, you might should have rotated the head like this first before bringing it down. Now we need to plug the arms up like this and rotate it like that. Rotate the shoulders while still rotating the forearm like this. Now, and this is clever to me, you can bring this out, swing that down, and start hinging this right here back to meet that and clipping into the side. Bring that down, swing that down. So, since I'm explaining it, it probably took long, but it's not that difficult to transform. And what you're left with is just a freaking mess, to be honest with you. It rolls, but looking at it, it just barely has the shape of a truck. The front of it is nicely painted and it looks like a truck, but once you start turning around, things get out of whack. And look at that, they painted that. So they did give this guy a lot of paint. Now I saw Bolt Matrix do this and I like it. Swing that up, bring this down, swing this up, bring it down. It doesn't really improve the look that much, but it's a little tiny bit better. If they retool this to a point where it's not Orion Pax anymore, all of this probably would make more sense. But as you can see, it's pretty much a mess. Put the gun back together for later. And now the body. Swing this out before you forget this little peg. Rotate these smokestacks down. And if you wanted to, you could, if you like them having short smokestacks like they used to neuter all the American versions of Optimus Prime, you could do that. So that's actually cool. Lift this up and rotate the arms up like this for now. Well, let's start working on the feet. The feet we need to push up like this. Then we can start untabbing these right here, bringing this around, lift that up, bring that around, and fold this in. Now these panels, they do feel a little bit flimsy and they will pop apart. And you have to use a tremendous amount of force and it feels like you're gonna break it. But you're not gonna break it as long as you're bending them in a way that I'm doing. And if you do it wrong, they will pop off. So it's like, it pops off, which is annoying, but they design it like that on purpose so you won't break it. Anywho, once you put the arms up like this, start rotating it this way. Or actually, unpeg this, which is on the back of his hand, back of his forearm. Rotate this out like that. And start swinging things up like this. But you need the fist to go under there. So now this needs a tab there, while tabbing that inside of there and tabbing this here. Now we take the gun, which has a little port there, peg that into here. Do the same stuff up here. I had his arms up like that. Rotate the whole shoulder. Start untabbing this from the side. No, I said it was the back. That's actually the side of his forearm. Bring that up. Bring that up. Bring this down. Start rotating the forearm in such a way that when you start rotating this up, you can keep it lined up with this. Now we need to peg this into the gun, peg this where it needs to be, and peg this where it needs to be, which you'll probably have to put your finger through here to force things out, but now it's a box. this should be tabbed together. Now it's a box. Now we can take Orion, put that in there, and it's Optimus with the trailer. He is flatter and smaller than Power Master Optimus Prime, who I do not feel like transforming. I'm pretty sure somebody else did it in their video. Indigo did his review of this guy a long time ago, so I know he's a good guy for you to go watch. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I don't feel like it. This actually opens up if you slide them down, and it looks like you would have enough space. You could put Titan Master vehicles in there, but as far as Legends class figures, yeah, with all the Legends class figures, like, you can almost get them all the way in there, but not really. Bumblebee fits this well, and because of most of this foot fits inside of there, you definitely can't shut it. But I can get like a Prime Master in there, so let me try to make sure I shove it as far as that. He's in there. And to show you this is how you integrate the Prime Masters. He has 2 ports for weapons to be right there, and he has pegs for them to stand on. It's 2 right there, and 1 right here and 1 on the other side. So all in all, the truck mode we're doable, but it's the weakest mode. He's alright, but the best part of this is the fully combined Optimus Prime mode. So I'm satisfied. I'm probably never going to be transforming him back and forth anyway to this truck. So the Optimus Prime is good enough as far as having a Generations leader class Optimus Prime. I like him the best out of so far out of the Prime Wars. This is my favorite one. So there you go with that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments. Until next time, D-Man978 out of here. Thank you for watching.
Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really